This conference will now be recorded.
So today we are entering into the next part of our course, that is web technologies. Even we call it as UI design, user interface design, or front-end design. Right? So in this web technologies, we'll be going with the topics like HTML, CSS, XML, JSON, JavaScript. So these are the topics what we are going to discuss, and this will take totally 3 classes. So today I'll be completing HTML. Tomorrow we'll be going with CSS, XML, and JSON as basic idea, and JavaScript. 3 days. After that we'll be entering into advanced Java, right? And Angular, we are having one more Angular that we'll be covering as the last topic of our course, because once we complete Angular, from Angular I need to interact with the Java application. So I'll be doing it last, Angular part, a very important one. Now today let us start off with HTML, a very simple topic, self-learning actually, but I'm going to give the push. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. HTML stands for what? Hypertext Markup Language. The main use of going with HTML is HTML is used to develop static web pages. For what purpose? To develop the static web pages. So what do you mean by static? Once we develop the user interface, the front end screen, so when you click on submit button, nothing will happen, just only presentation part. That is the meaning of static. No interaction from the user end. Such type of things only we call static. Then a HTML file is a collection of tags. HTML file is what? It's a collection of tags. Even we call it as elements. Collection of tags or elements. A tag contains a open tag and a close tag. A tag contains what? A open tag or a close tag. The syntax of tag is, we make use of angular brackets, and in between we have to use the tag name. We go with the tag name. This we call it as the open tag. Then when we say slash tag name, when we use slash, we call it as close tag. Now in between the tag we have to go with the content. So based on the tag, the content will be presented on browser screen. So like example, if I use b tag and if you say welcome /b, then welcome is presented as bold on browser screen. On browser screen, how welcome will be displayed? Bold. Okay, so the use of b tag is bold. Like that, we have to just lend the tags. So based on the tag, the content will be presented. Now let us see how the structure of HTML, how HTML file looks. Of a HTML file. A HTML file is what? It's a collection of tags. The first tag what we use here is HTML. This is the root tag. This is the root tag, and this is the way to write the comments in HTML. That is less than symbol, exclamation, hyphen, and end with again hyphen, greater than symbol. This is the way to write the comments. So whatever we write comments, that will not be presented on browser screen. We go with HTML. Then the HTML tag is divided into 2 subtags. One is head section, head tag, and one more is body tag. Head tag and body tag. In between head tag, we use a tag title. Tag title. This is for to display title for browser window. This is the way to display title for browser window. In body, we go with the content of web page. Content of web page, we do it in the body section. Way to write HTML code. So where we can write HTML code is by using any text editors. We can write HTML code in text editors like Notepad, Notepad++, Edit+, Eclipse, Sublime Text, Visual Studio Code, like this. So in our case, we'll be making use of this Visual Studio Code. And once we start with advanced Java, then I'll be showing how to write HTML code in Eclipse also. So in our case, we'll be making use of Visual Studio Code. Now let us see how to download this. Download Visual Studio Code. For this, open search engine like Google and you can search for Visual Studio Code download. Let me show this. Open search engine like Google. And search here for Visual Studio Code download. The first link, whatever it is showing, code.visualstudio.com. Open this link. So this is the URL you can use to download Visual Studio Code. So in this page, you can find to download Visual Studio Code for Windows, Linux, and Mac. So based on your operating system, you can download. In my case, it is Windows. So just click on Windows. Then it's going to start downloading the file onto your local machine. So I'm just canceling. Then once the file is downloaded, install it. Simple installation. Next time, finish. Then once the installation is completed, you can find a shortcut on your desktop like this. You can find a shortcut on your desktop. Then run this application. So it's going to show the welcome screen. You can close this. So this is the way how Visual Studio Code looks. Then whenever you want to create a new HTML file, whenever we want to create a new HTML file, just we need to click here like this, file, new text file. Then before we type the code, save it. So Control S as usual. Now let us work in our folder C drive 2022 Java Online 16, and I've created a folder HTML. In that, let me save the file. Anywhere, wherever you want, you can save it. So I'm saving the file as welcome.html. The extension what we give for HTML file is .html. Save it. Then start writing the code. What is the root tag? HTML. Section. In between, we go with the title tag. So just I'm going with the message welcome. Then in body section, we go with the content like welcome to HTML. In between body tag, we have to go with the content. So whatever we write in between body tag, that will be shown on browser screen. Now save it. Now go to the folder where we have created the file. So we have created the file in our HTML folder. Just go to the folder, and this is the file what we have created. Just if you double click on this file, it's going to open in default browser of your operating system. See the title welcome and the content say welcome to HTML. Got it everyone? Our first program.
Yes, sir.
Right? Now let us add one more content like hello world. Save it. Once we save it, since the file is already open in browser, you need not run it again. Just refresh here. Just if you refresh, we are getting see hello world. Okay. Now we want to display this hello world in the new line. So to display in the new line, we use the tag br. Br is used to break the line. How many brs we say, that many line gaps we get. And hr is used to draw the horizontal line. See here. Once we open the page, and if you refresh, we get the line gaps, and it is drawing one horizontal line. Now we want to give some background color for your web page. Then in the body tag, we use a attribute, BG color. We call this one an attribute, and we go with the value like pink. So the background color of your web page will become pink, and the text color we want to make it blue. Now see, if we refresh, the background color will be pink and the text color is blue here. Document body BG color equal to pink, text equal to blue. What is the use of this tag? Sets the background color of web page. Yes, Swati, any question?
No.
Correct. Okay. Then sets the background color of web page as pink and text color blue. BR tag use it to break the line, means new line. HR tag use it to draw a horizontal line. And find in the program welcome.html. Right. So like this, just we have to learn the tags here. Now let us go with the next one, heading tags. H1 to H6 tags are used to create headings. In this one, H1 is the big size and H6 is the small size. Size wise, H1 to H6. H1 will be the big and H6 will be the small. Elaborate using the program. Open Visual Studio Code. Whenever we want to create new file, just a file, new text file. Save the file first and saving it as headings.html. Start writing the code HTML. So we can directly go with body tag. Using head tag, title, all are optional for us. Just go with the body and say H1, or you can say I'm heading 1. Like that, let us create some tags here. H2, H2, I'm heading 2. Heading 4. H5 and H6. Current total is 6 heading tags. H1 will be the biggest one, H6 will be the small one. Now, from here also we can open this HTML file in browser. For that, what we need to do, just right click on this file and you can see the option C, open in default browser. So when we install Visual Studio Code, this option will not be available for us. Then how to get this option is, here you can see this small square shaped boxes here. We need to click on that. Once, which we call extensions, we need to click here and we have to search here for open in browser. We have to search here for open in browser and we have to click on the button install. So since in my case already I have installed, I'm getting option uninstall. So you'll be getting install button. Just once you click on that, you can able to find open in browser option. Okay, so just right click and say open in browser. See here, we are getting say heading 1 to heading 6. Heading 1 is bigger size, H6 is smaller size. Next one, paragraph tag. P tag is used to create paragraphs. P tag is used to create paragraphs. Using P tag, we can align the text to left, center, and right. Left is the default one. is the default alignment. Using align attribute. Let us understand using the program paragraph.html file, new text file, save the file first, paragraph.html, HTML body section. Here we'll go with the paragraph. I am paragraph 1. One more paragraph. I am paragraph 2. I am paragraph 3. Once we save, and if you right click and say open in browser, see we are getting paragraphs and it's automatically going with left aligned. By default they are left aligned. Now we want to make paragraph 2 be center aligned, paragraph 3 right aligned. Then what we have to do, we have to use the align attribute. Along with the p element, use the align attribute and go with the value. Align equal to center. For third paragraph, align equal to right. Save it. Here once we refresh, paragraph 2 will come in center aligned, paragraph 3 is right aligned. And automatic line break. When we go with heading tags and paragraph tag, it automatically goes with line break. No need to use BR tag. The next one, formatting tags. We're having the formatting tags like B. This is for bold, I for italic, U for underline, SUP is for superscript, SUB is for subscript, strike to strike the text, font to set the font style, size and color of the text, and pre-formatted text. Let me elaborate all these tags using a program formatting.html. Save it. Formatting.html. And here we go with tag welcome. See now, when we open in browser, the content welcome will come in bold here. Now we want to make it italic also. Then you can use I tag. I is for italic. Now welcome will come in bold and italic. We want to make it even underline. Then use U tag. So U is for underline. So welcome will come in bold, italic and underline. See here. Once we refresh, we get the content in what? Bold, italic and underline. Now we want to display the date. Like example, in H3 tag, we'll say now 02nd Jan 2023. So just we want to display the date. See how date will come. 02nd Jan 2023. This end day, we want to make it like upside superscript. Then how to do that one is, this end day we have to keep it in between SUP tag. When we keep in between SUP tag, then it will be what? Superscript here. This end day will go as superscript. Now we want to go with the chemical representation of water, that is H2O. So in that, 2 should be what? Subscript. 2 should be subscript. Then we use SUB tag. Here 2 is coming as subscript. Strike tag. The Titan watches are now flat, strike 50%, 60% off. This 50% will be striked off now. See here, when we refresh, 50% will be striked off. Font tag. Font face equal to Arial means the style is Arial. Size equal to some 5. Color equal to some blue. And we'll say some content like hello world. So this hello world will come in will come in Arial style, size 5 and color blue. The next one, we want to display a source code file onto the browser window like C program or C++ or Python or Java, whatever it may be. We want to display the source code on your browser window. Like example, we want to go with a Java source code file. So we'll create like this: public class welcome, public static void main, string array args. We will say system.out.println welcome. So this source code we want to display on browser. See here how it is going to display when we refresh. Everything coming in single line, because in HTML the spaces are ignored. But I want to display the source code in this format only. Then in that case we have to use the tag pre. So pre tag is used mainly when you want to display source codes onto your browser window. The source codes on browser, we have to keep that source code in between which tag? Pre tag. See here, you are getting in the proper format. Right? Any questions, anyone up to here?
No, sir.
Right. Yeah. The next one, list. Let me open the diagram. So we are in two types of list. They are ordered list and unordered list. So when you go with ordered, it's like a sequence, like numeric 1 to 3, Roman 1 to 3, small Roman 1 to 3, capital ABC, small ABC, like this. And the tag what we use for ordered list is OL. And we use type attribute. In type attribute, you can say either 1 or capital I or small I or capital A or small a. If you are not using type attribute, the default one goes with numeric 1 to 3. And li tag is for listing the items. The unordered list, like no sequence, like squares, circles, disk, like this. And the tag what we use is ul tag. Ul type equal to, you can say disk, square or circle. If no type attribute, default is circle, and li is for listing the items. Let me elaborate using the program. Save it. Here we'll say OL type equal to capital A. And here we'll go with the list of items like programming languages, databases, web technologies. Now see, when we open in browser, we get capital ABC, the list capital ABC. Now under programming languages, we want to go with sublist. So to go with sublist again you can see here OL type equal to small I. And under programming languages, we'll say like C, C++, Java, like this. Under databases, we want to go with sublist, so we'll go with unordered list type equal to square. Then we'll say li MySQL Oracle SQL Server. Under web technologies, we'll go with unordered list without any type attribute. Then it should go with the circle. Then HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now see, once we refresh your page, we get the list here. See, right? Next one, inserting images.
Sir, what was the type?
What is
Type
that?
attribute.
It's an attribute.
Type
It's an
attribute.
attribute. It's an attribute and the
Uh,
value of it. In what format you
okay,
want to
so
display?
okay.
Yeah, yes, Omar.
So yes, sir. So if it's square, if the type is square, then like what format will it display?
See here, squares. You are
Oh, okay,
getting
okay.
squares here. This one,
Yes.
squares. If no type attribute, under UN, if no type attribute means circles.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Right. Inserting images. IMG tag is used to insert an image with the specified width and height. The specified width and height. Let's go with the program image.html. Now, in our folder, we are having a image tulips. This image tulips we want to display on browser. Let us do that. We are saving the file as image.html. We use here img tag src equal to, what is the name of the image? Tulips.jpg. Then we have to mention the width equal to some 200 pixel, height equal to some 200 pixel. Now see, when we open in browser, we get the image of size 200 by 200. Now, if the image is present in some other location, then we have to mention the path here, like C drive XXX folder. Then we have to mention the path where image is present. And if our HTML file, image file are located in same folder, you need not go with any path. Okay. One more point. If I take here tulips1.jpg, means this image is not available, or due to some reasons, if image is unable to display, if the image is unable to display due to some reasons, at the place of image we want to go with some content here. So if the image is not getting displayed, we want to go with the content like alt alternate. What we call alternate is image cannot be displayed. Image cannot be displayed. We want to go with some content here. See here, if the image is not displaying, we want to go with some message over there. That is the use of this alt attribute. Next one, very important, we'll be using of this more in our applications, that is creating hyperlinks or hypertext. Just a minute, everyone. I'm back here. So let us go with a very, very important topic, creating hyperlinks or hypertext. What is this hyperlink? A hyperlink is a text or image. When clicked, opens another HTML file. When you click on that, it is going to open another HTML file. A tag, anchor tag is used to create hyperlinks. Like example, you can say a href equal to page2.html page 2. In this one, page 2 is an hyperlink. Page 2 is a hyperlink. When clicked, opens page2.html. In this page 2, whatever the content we keep it in anchor tag, this will become hyperlink. When you click on that, it is going to open which page? Page2.html. So, and what is href? Hyper reference. Right. Let us understand using the programs. Page1.html, page2.html. Let us create new text file, save it. Page1.html, body section. So we'll see here h3. This is page 5. We'll create a hyperlink. How to create hyperlink? A tag. A href equal to page2.html, and we are giving the hyperlink name as page 2. So when you click on this page 2, it connects, it opens page2.html. Save it, select the complete code, copy it, and create one more new text file and paste it here. Now let us go this one as page 2. I'll create hyperlink page 1, which opens page1.html. Means from page 1 we are going to page 2. From page 2 we are coming to page 1, both the directions. Now run any file, open any file in browser. See, we are getting, see, this is page 1 and page 2 as hyperlink. It will become like hand-shaped symbol when we keep mouse pointer. So when we click here, it opens page 2. Again, page 1, both the directions. Very important, I'll be using more of hyperlinks in our applications. Next one, this is also important, which we use more, creating tables. Creating tables. So what is this table is? A table is a collection of data in the form of rows and columns. Let me elaborate using a diagram. So when you take a table, it will be in the form of rows and columns. So in this one, BNO, BName and price, we call table headings. Headings will be in bold. And this 111 Java 500, 333 HTML 400, we call table data or table description. The content is not bold. Right? Now, so whenever you want to create table, we use a table tag. Table tag used to create a table. TR tag used to create a table row. Table row. Th tag used to create a table heading or cell. Content will be bold here. TD used to create a table data. This is also for cell only, but the content is not bold. So the difference between TH and TD is TH the content will be bold, TD the content is not bold. Let's understand using a program. And whenever you want to create a table, we have to use table tag. Then create a table row. Whenever we set here, a new row will be created. In the first row, we'll go with the table headings like book number, name, and price. Now second row, create here, one more row will be created. Under book number, we want to go with the table data like 111, Java, 500, under price. Like that, you can create multiple rows. Let us change the data. Let's see. Open in browser. We are getting the data in tabular format. But we fill table only when we see border lines. So how to draw the border lines is, to the table tag, we have to use the attribute border and go with some size here. I'm going with the size as 2. Now when we refresh your page, we get the table with borders. Clear everyone? Any questions? Right? No. Now let us go with the next and last one. Very, very important one. This we use in almost all the applications. That is HTML forms. HTML forms are used to accept the user input. It's used to accept the user input. The form tag is used to create a HTML form. Let us understand using a diagram how the form looks. So this is the way how form looks, where in this name, password, address, skills, gender, we call them as labels. By seeing the label only, user can know what to fill the data. Then the next one, say after name, you can see a box shaped symbol that we call text field, where user can fill the data in the text field. Next one, password field. When we say password, the characters what user types will not be visible. Then address, which we call text area, where we go with multiple lines of text. Skills, checkboxes. Gender, male, female, radio buttons. The difference between checkbox and radio is checkbox is multiple selection, radio single selection. Then location, a drop-down list where we can select only one option. Prefer locations, multiple list, a list of elements where we can select multiple using control key. And finally submit to submit your form. Let us design this. Give it. Here, let us create a form. Whenever we want to create a form, we have to use the tag form. Then say name. Now we want to go with the text field. Then we have to use the tag input type equal to text. Input type equal to what? Text. Then we have to break the line. Password. We have to say input type equal to password. Address. For address, we have to use the tag text area. And we have to provide the number of rows and number of columns. Skills. Here we go with input type equal to checkbox. Input type equal to checkbox. C++. Input type equal to checkbox. Gender. Input type equal to radio. Input type equal to radio. Location, a drop down list. For this, we have to use the tag select. Select a list of options. When we open the select box, what options to display? Option Hyderabad. Some options you wish. Now, if you want to go with multiple selection, want to select multiple from the given list of options, then that's it. Like example, preferred locations. Preferred locations. Then if you want to select multiple, then we have to use the here select multiple. That's it. Finally, a submit button. Input type equal to submit. Val equal to submit. The meaning of value is what you want to display on the submit button, like submit, okay, cancel, yes, no, save, like that. Open in browser. We are getting the form where user can fill the value in text field, password, the characters are hidden, address, where we can go with multiple lines of text, skills, multiple selection, radio button, single selection, a drop down list where we can select only one value. Preferred locations, we can select multiple using control key, and finally submit. So when you click on submit, nothing will happen because HTML is only for static. To make it dynamic, we have to use JavaScript code again. Now in this one, there is a problem, that is radio buttons. It's going with multiple selection because whenever you go with a web page, we may have group of radio buttons. We may have what? Group of radio buttons. In that group, we want to go with single selection. Then how to make a group here? How to make a group is by using the name here. Name equal to some R1. When we use the same name to multiple radio buttons, then that will become a group. So this two will become now a group. Now in this group, now we can select only one now. See, we can select only one. Right? So when you go for radio buttons, we have to use the names to form a group here. Got it, everyone? Any questions? So if you are totally new to HTML, please practice it. Okay? Then as a reference, if you want to learn more of HTML, reference for complete web technologies, is everyone knows www.w3schools.com. So in this website, you can learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, TypeScript, Angular, any web technology, you can learn it very easily by using W3 Schools. Okay, right. Tomorrow, we'll be going with a new topic where we go with CSS and even XML and JSON as a basic introduction. Right? Thank you all.